want to do this last session in this particular topic. Yesterday we started this topic called Bhagavata Mangalacharan. In our yesterday's session, we saw what is Mangalacharan. Today I will review that. We'll go a recap of it, what we did in the last session, and then we will proceed to the second and third shlokas. So as we know, this session, this course is a study of first 3 verses of Bhagavatam, which are called very famously as Mangalacharan. Before we begin, we will quickly offer our respects to the Sampradaya Acharyas and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Radha Vinodji. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Giri Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna, welcome for our second session in this Bhagavat Mangalacharana course. Yesterday in our learning, we had seen an overview of these 3 shlokas. We had started the study of the first shloka. We had seen that these 3 verses actually following the tradition or etiquette, Sri Vyasadev, like any other author, does an etiquette of Mangalacharan. Any of you recollect what is Mangalacharan, or what are the parts or components in Mangalacharan? We refer to some Chaitanya Charitamrita verse for it. Yes. Sambandha, okay. Abhidheya, Prayojana. Okay, that's in another sense, but if you see very specifically, it is Vastu remember this word? Vastu
Dhimahi Prayachit.
The subject or objective of the book. Any author, before writing a book, he tells what the book is about. That is called Vastu Nirdesh. Then he tells what? Namaskar, Ashirvad, right? So he tells later what is called Ashirvad, means what you will get as a fruit of studying this book. That's Ashirvad, blessings. Then he will also tell auspiciousness. He blesses with auspiciousness, because now you are going to study this book. There may not be difficulties. There should not be difficulties. So he blesses and he glorifies the subject. That also comes in Namaskara. So in these 3 verses, he does this. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami did it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Rupa Goswami did it in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This is a very standard etiquette in any authentic Vedic literature. Similarly, Vyasadeva is doing it in these first three verses. The first three verses are so important. Yesterday we were mentioning it, is it not? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he spoke for 3 months continuously and still was not fully satisfied. And he was speaking on the first verse only. Srila Prabhupada has given very elaborate purport on first verse. Of course, second and third, if I have not yet started to look at it, that's also very detailed. So, if we see in overview, the first verse talks what is called Sambandha.
Sambandha.
It describes Lord Krishna as the Vishaya Vastu of the whole Bhagavata Purana. Param Satyam. Remember this word? Satyam Param Dhimahi. How Bhagavatam introduces Sri Krishna? Not as mere Ishvara, not as mere extraordinary powerful person. It tells him as Satyam Param. Prabhupada translates Satyam Param as absolute truth. Correct. So please feel free. You can express whatever you're learning. You all are recollecting. Whatever you have heard, many of you have heard, you can share whatever you remember. Absolute truth. So there is difference between absolute truth and God. Yesterday we were seeing this from Prabhupada's introduction. I will go through the recap just in another slide. In the second shloka, Vyasadeva, he tells the glory of what he is going to write, and he tells the process of learning it properly. The process, the prakriya, it is famously called Abhidheya. And then in the third verse, he tells what will you attain when you properly approach this literature. The sweetness, the madhurima, the rasa, which is the promise of Vyasadeva in the third verse. That is prayojana. That's the fruit of one's study of Bhagavatam. So, if we recollect what all we studied yesterday, Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes. So, we saw the meaning of Mangalacharan. Some of it I already explained. Meaning of Mangalacharan. Mangalacharana means basically you invoke auspiciousness. In Vedic culture, before we do any activity, there is something called Swasti Vachana, Shanti Patha, because we are going to do something connected to divine in any Vedic ceremony, be it housewarming, be it daily ritual of worship also. There would be swastis, there would be Shanti Path, there would be many prayers right from the early mornings like that. So that is called auspicious, Mangala. We have the Aarti also called Mangala Aarti. Let the day begin with Mangal, auspicious. So he is doing Mangal Acharan, Mangala, Shri. People write Shri. That is also Mangala Suchi, it is called. Shri. Shri means many things. Shri means the Shakti of Lord. One of the Shakti of Lord is Shri, Bhu. Many Shaktis are there like this. So Mangalacharana he is doing. In that Mangalacharana, 3 components we saw. Vastu Nirdesh. Say again. Ashirvad, Namaskar. 3. These 3 are the ones. Then we went and studied a little from preface to this book written by Prabhupada. Very nice preface. I suggest all of you please take out time and read the preface. Introduction is very big. Just like in Bhagavad Gita also Prabhupada has given very elaborate introduction. And in Bhagavatam also he writes practically the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the introduction to Bhagavata. It's very interesting. So the preface of Bhagavata, Hare Krishna. Yes, please. Yeah. So the preface to Bhagavata, Prabhupada tells why is he writing this book. He is not merely translating this book from Sanskrit to English. That many have done. He actually tells the need of current society. And if you recollect, what need? The need for one state, one nation, spiritual communism. You remember this? The pinprick faced by the society, though it has advanced highly, there is always a pinprick. Pinprick is an interesting word, Prabhupada. This pinprick means like I am going to sit here. If there is a pin here laid, it's a very nice chair. Huh? You can recline nice. Is it, no? Imagine you have a small pin here. So it will be so uncomfortable. I have a very nice chair, but I can't sit here. That's called pinprick, is it not? So like this, the world today has increased in its comforts, luxuries, but there is a pinprick, fundamental flaw in the seat. What is that? That Prabhupada explained in the preface. Yesterday we studied that. Then he went on to explain how he intends to do what is called as re-spiritualization, cultural re-spiritualization. Remember those words? We spent a lot of time understanding this. There are many authors translating books from Sanskrit to English. Prabhupada was not just another mere translator. He was actually bringing forth the culture of Bhagavatam. When we say culture, there is education involved. When we say culture, there are values involved. And that's why Prabhupada's purports are considered not just mere translations, but they carry the import of the verse. Import. That's why, it's very important to study the verse with the purport. So we saw yesterday the preface, and then we entered the first verse of Bhagavatam. How the first verse of Bhagavatam very rationally, this word Prabhupada used, and authentically defines absolute truth. It doesn't say in a dogma. Understand dogma? One of the earlier sessions we had seen. Dogma. Dogma means you have to accept this. Otherwise, you will go to this place. Means you demand faith at the edge of a sword or like that. That's called dogma. You basically instill fear. And that is one of the ways in which truths are taught in a religion. One of the ways. One of the ways. Not the highest, but one of the ways. But Bhagavatam doesn't advocate like that. It invites the intellect of a reader to properly deliberate and then accept the truths. So, what Bhagavatam tells in the first verse is Satyam Param, the absolute truth. Dhimahi. Vyasadeva invites everyone, come, let us meditate on that highest absolute truth. And let me tell you the qualities of that absolute truth. And he defines the qualities. Let's recollect. We will go to the qualities of that. So yesterday majorly we entered into the literal meaning of this verse and something about causes. You remember causes? 2-3 types of karanas we saw. Like that. Samandha Videya, that was earlier. I'm talking about Upadan, Nimitta, Sahakari Karanas, in making of a pot, and how Krishna or Bhagavan is the Mukhya Upadan, Mukhya Nimitta, Mukhya Sahakari Karanas. Yesterday we saw this. So let's quickly recite this and then go. So one of the goals in this thing is also that we will try to learn recitation of this. At least we'll try to learn this. So yesterday we had seen this one. So we'll do this together instead of having a practice. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadyasya Yatonvayad Itaratascharteshvabhignya Swarat Tene Brahmhardaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayaha Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Often the verses melody changes, but the meter is constant. This is one of the longest meter. In a melody, usually the first and third line go in the same way. second and fourth line go in that same way. If you notice, it is that simple way in which we learn it. So yesterday we saw how there are different components in this verse. Yeah. So there are many meanings to this one verse. Just like Krishna, he is unlimited. Bhagavatam, which is also Krishna, is unlimited. One verse we saw yesterday's session also on this. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Prabhupada follows this. They explain 5 meanings in purports. So the first meaning is the literal meaning, which we saw. I have put it in much more simpler form. Today I thought, let me make it little easier to see and understand. So what he told yesterday, if you recollect those qualities, primeval cause. And if you recollect that, that was there? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Missed that. And if you recollect that, primeval cause.
Cognizance.
That was the first quality of absolute truth. Primeval cause means he is cause of all causes. He is the cause of creation. He is the cause of maintenance, cause of destruction. Everything in this world ultimately originates, caused by that absolute truth. Janma adi yasya yataha. And in this, the words were used: material cause, efficient cause. Material cause means what? Yes, define that. You are right in saying Bhumi Rapanalo Vayu. Define it. What do we call? What cause is called material cause, and what cause is called efficient cause? You're saying something.
The raw material and changes into the product. It will not stay as it was.
Correct. You want to add to it? Yes. Let me show that, because some of the devotees may be finding difficult to connect with what we are talking. So yesterday we saw the causation. One of the very important examples to taken often is about making of a pot. In making of a pot, some of the ingredients, they themselves get transformed, like mud, water. You will not find them in the same shape and same structure. Such causes or ingredients are called material cause. Some of the ingredients, they don't change. In fact, they are very much important. They drive the change. Some assist the change, some drive the change. I hope you make the difference. Lead the change. Yesterday we were saying. So efficient cause means that which makes the change happen. Like in the example of pot making, water. Sometimes the stick is also told as the efficient cause, because he holds the stick and rotates. Now wheel and the other, wheel and stick also actually can fall in instrumental cause. Potter is the efficient cause. Actually, efficient and instrumental cause are clubbed. There is very fine difference between them. You can almost consider material and efficient cause only. Okay, so in the example, clay is the cause, clay and water. Potter is the efficient cause. Wheel and stick are instrumental causes. If you see this example into the material existence, then the whole world is made up of some basic tattvas. 8. Krishna tells about 8 tattvas in Bhagavad Gita. Bhinna prakritir ashtadha. And these 8 are expanded into 24 in Sankhya philosophy. 5 Panchamahabhutas, 5 karmendriya, yes, then 5 tanmatras, 5 vastus, indriya vastus, and then there is mind, intelligence, ego, and chitta, contaminated consciousness. 24, like that it is counted. Yes. So 24 or 8, basically they are material, they are matter, bhinna prakriti, and they are Krishna. Krishna himself says, that's mine. Then time is the efficient cause. Time actually leads the change, it drives the change. Even if I don't want to, I will be forced to change because of time. In Bhagavata, very famous shloka is there, Vayoriva Ghanavalihi. One may want to stay in the state, same state, but time will force one to change. Like sometimes a cloud which is very big, very full with water and all, but time will blow it away. Like wind, time will blow it away, it will move, even the immovables also. Is it not? So everything changes by time. Yeah? Change is a constant thing this in this world, is it not? So time is it doesn't wait for one. It is the highest efficient cause by material understanding. But someone is about time. That is what we will see that. Then the sahakari karanas are the laws of nature, the gunas, many as supporting laws which govern this world. These all fall under sahakari karana or instrumental causes. Now, it is not sufficient that if we just bring all these together, the change will happen. Actually, there has to be sanction of Paramatma for all this to happen. If you have a potter, if you have a wheel, if you have mud, everything will it happen? No. The potter has to desire to make the pot. The potter has to exert himself to get the elements together. Some cohesive energy is required to bind the elements. There is specific nature in those elements. Like yesterday I was telling, water, it flows. That's the nature. That's the dharma of water. Fire, it burns. Wind, it withers, it dries. These are the nature of elements. How are these natures there in those elements? It is because Paramatma is there. If Paramatma leaves, then those elements don't display their nature. Paramatma sits in every atom and he does dharana of that dharma of every anu in this world. Andantarastha paramanu chayantarastha. So like this, Lord is there above everything in this world. So he is the mukhya upadan karan, mukhya nimitta karan. He is the mukhya karan. That's why it's told sarva karana karanam. Sarva karana means padan nimitta sahakari. But karana of even them is this Supreme Lord Bhagavan. How do we know it? It's told. Krishna himself says in Gita. Mataji was quoting that Bhumi Rapo Analo Vayu. Is it not? That verse shows he is the Upadan Karan. Means everything in this world changes. This body, everything, this matter itself is also Lord. This world is itself the Supreme Lord. In the sense that it is the energy of Lord. Correct? Yes. Yes. Water to name. Potter, yes. Potter. Usually, okay, the question here is why Kala is first understood as Nimitta and later Krishna is brought above Kala. That's the question. Very nice question. Usually people of this world, even those who are Anishwaravadis, means atheists. Anishwara means atheist. Ishwaravadi means theist. They, like Karma Mimamsakas, who say everything runs by action and reaction. You do good action, reactions come. Or Nayayikas, Nyaya followers. They give logic behind every action. Like this, there are many philosophers. They may not accept the supreme person behind everything, but they will all conclude on time. Because time is something which one can, to some extent, perceive. Time is changing everyone's situation. But the supreme person, Krishna, is not easily perceivable. He told, of course, in Gita, I am the time, but people don't have that Shraddha. Is it not? So, Kala, oh yes, Kala. So, one of the objections in this verse is, oh, Vyasa, you are telling Satyam Param Dhimahi, the highest truth. We should meditate on that truth. That means, should we meditate on Kala? No. Kala, why you will meditate? It is always changing. Huh? You meditate on the one who dictates Kala, on whose eyebrows the Kala moves. It's told how everything moves by the fear of that Lord, Supreme Person. Upanishad says that Mad bhayat vati vayoyam. Suryastapati mad bhayat. By my fear, everything. Even in Bible also it's told like this, that everything moves by the fear of that Supreme. So there is a Supreme above Kala, which requires some faith to accept. So everyone concludes on Kala. That's why usually Nimitta Karana is told as Kala. Like for example, yesterday I was giving this example. People who are doing agriculture, they will wait for the right time to sow so that rains come. If they sow at a wrong time and they wait, what they'll get? So they know, yes, time sahi samay pe kaam karna chahiye, tabhi phal aayega. Then only it will yield results. They know it, is it not? So time is understood as generally a nimitta karana. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, let's proceed. So yesterday we saw this. I'm just grazing through quickly. So how Bhagavan is efficient cause, he tells I am time. How Bhagavan is the instrumental cause, everything moves by the direction of him. He told it in Gita. So after understanding all this, we entered into some more adjectives of this verse, which I was just showing. How he is Swarat, how he is Abhignya, he knows everything in this world. There is nothing which is unknown to him. Yesterday I was talking on that omnipresent, omnipotent, but omniscient. There is a question mark about it. If God knows everything about what's happening in my life, how could he let bad things happen in my life? It's called problem of evil. It's a very famous problem of theology. So, but Bhagavata says there is nothing which is unknown to him. Everything is known to him. Just like in this body, if there is a slightest pain at a very corner of my body, immediately I get a sense. Is it not? Atma is sitting at one place. No. How it is known? Because the prajna, the consciousness is spread. Bhagavan is sitting at one place, geographically also. But his energy, his consciousness is pervading everywhere. The whole existence is like his body, universal body. And everything is known to him through his energies. So Prabhupada gives very nice analogy. We will read that today also. And then we also saw how even Brahma was given this knowledge by that Supreme Person, Swarat, Mohyanti et Suraya, all this. So today, I want to take all of you to the further meanings of this verse. As I told, there are many meanings, and we may not be able to, in fact, the first meaning also, we are not able to delve on it very deeply. But I really want all of you to develop this appreciation. One of the goals of this course is, it's really wonderful, worth it. Another time, let me take a peaceful time out and read it. So Prabhupada has explained everything. So we just need to open the books and start reading. So we develop the appreciation to books. This is one of the goals of these small gatherings what we have. So Prabhupada explains each of them in his purports. We will see them. Okay? So with this in view, we will go to the further meanings. So today we are starting on this meanings part. So before I take to the other meanings, which are very interesting meanings, they don't seem very direct, evident meanings. They are the poetic expertise of the authors, how they derive different meanings in one word. That's the glory of Sanskrit also, and that's the glory of intelligence of authors also. We will see that how it is made. So before we go, I want to tell one more aspect in this first meaning. Supreme Lord Krishna has infinite energies. All energies are classified broadly into two: Antaranga, Bahiranga. Two. Of course, sometimes the marginal or Tatastha is told, but that is Antaranga only. It is the Lord's Antaranga Shakti only. So largely two energies: spiritual energy, material energy. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti. So in this first meaning, what is told is Lord's material energies. Lord and how his material energies work. How this creation is made, how it is maintained, how do we know everything is created by him? Does he know everything in this creation? How is he independent? Is he, having some influence of this world? All this is related in relation to material world. It's called material energy, Bahiranga Shakti. There is one another energy which is not in our experience, which is Antaranga Shakti, spiritual energy. And that should be understood properly. It should not be mistaken. That's why the word itarataha is used. Anvayad itarataha. So there is Lord and Antaranga Shakti is around him. But Bahiranga Shakti is apart from him. Krishna uses the word bhinna. Bhinna prakriti. Have you heard this word? Bhinna prakriti rashtada. Bhinna matlab kya hai? Bhinna means, what is it? Separated. So there is a separation because the nature of material energy and nature of Bhagavan is not same. Can someone explain?
It is created by him only, but he is far away from him.
Correct. Now, yes, he is far away from it. Now, if you see the nature, the qualities of material energy and qualities of Bhagavan, they are different. Can someone explain how are they different?
Bhagavan has got unlimited gunas, whereas we have got very limited gunas.
Limited gunas. Okay. We are limited in our qualities, our this thing. Anything more?
Nature, but it doesn't touch him at all.
It doesn't touch him. Okay.
Beyond that.
He is beyond it. Okay. He is not touched by any impurities. He is pure. Always he is pure. Anything more?
Material energy is not spiritual.
There is no duty. Okay, there is an answer coming here. He doesn't have any obligations or duties. He is completely free. Yes, online also one devotee is telling. Yes, Prabhu?
Material energy is not spiritual.
Okay, material energy is not spiritual. Okay, so what you are explaining is, asking is, how is material energy different from Bhagavan and spiritual energy? So explain it a little more. We might have heard the word Sat, Chit, Ananda, no?
Satchitananda.
Satchit Ananda are the nature of Bhagavan
Bhagavan.
and Antaranga Shakti. But material energy, is it Sat?
Prabhu, material energy has got the three gunas, whereas spiritual energy doesn't
Yeah.
have that three
So,
gunas.
okay, there is an
It
answer
is
coming
pure,
online that material
pure
energy has
goodness.
got three gunas, whereas spiritual energy, it is not affected by gunas. Okay, that's right. Wonderful. So three gunas, they affect on material objects. On spiritual objects, on Bhagavan, they don't have any influence. So a simple understanding would be spiritual energy and Bhagavan are eternal. Material energy is temporary. It has to get created, destroyed. Again, it will get created, it will destroy. There is no sthayi nature, eternal nature for that. Material energy is ignorant, achit, avidya, ajnan, whereas spiritual energy is full of chit. It's full of knowledge. Spiritual energy is full of ananda, bliss. Material energy is full of actually misery. Nirananda. That's the nature in which it is made like that. So one can clearly see difference. Though material energy is also energy of Bhagavan, but it is different than the nature of
Hare
Lord.
Krishna, Prabhu. One doubt, Prabhu.
One minute. I'll just take. There is a question here. I am not able to put it. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, material energy is
Yeah.
also eternal but becomes manifest and unmanifest, or is it temporary?
Yeah, so
Prabhu?
the question here is material energy, it is also eternal, but it becomes manifest and unmanifest. So how do we, that's a question? Okay, very interesting. We also had the
Yes.
same question here, one question. So material energy has to undergo those 6 changes, which Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. And if you recollect?
Yes, Prabhu. Birth,
Jayate, mriyate. He tells na jayate, na mriyate. Means the spiritual energy soul doesn't
Jayate
have
mriyate
janma,
va
doesn't have
kadachana.
marana, and then it doesn't grow, it doesn't reproduce, it doesn't dwindle. These are all the changes. So the spiritual energy is achala. Achala in the sense it is unchangeable. Achala doesn't mean it doesn't move. Achala, it means it doesn't have changes like this world. So it is unchangeable, immutable. Krishna uses this, Prabhupada uses these words, immutable spirit soul. It cannot be killed. In these words Krishna uses, no? So yes, there is no change in its form, in its state, doesn't dwindle, doesn't expand. For Leela's sake, it can happen, but there is no dwindling of its qualities. But in matter, what happens is the Kala governs it. Time has influence on matter, due to which there is janma, there is growth, and then there is death. So there is a cycle of continuous change. Cycle of continuous change is there in material energy. So that's why it's called temporary. It's called temporary. So it is, you can say like this, it is eternally temporary. It's permanently temporary. It has to, material world is there always. So Prakriti is also Nitya, but it is Asthayi. Asthayi means changing. Yeah, fine. So with this in view, okay.
When you talk about material energy versus the material existence or the material world. Material energy versus
material. Okay, the question here is there difference between material energy and material world or exist? Actually, material world is made up of material energy. That's how it's understood. Shaktis. So Shaktis, see, actually, if you see in the Vedic terminology, even the Bhumi is also a Shakti. Bhinna Prakriti, there is used, na? First, Bhumi Rapo Nalo, Bhumi is a Shakti. Water is a Shakti. So everything we see is also Shakti only. Seeing everything in the terminology of Shakti. Like that. That's how. Okay.
We come to the knowledge that we are in this material energy, and we are also part and parcel of the Lord. This is all we are getting through Srila Prabhupada. He feels so upset from Prabhu. We lost some valuable time. Should have done this mistake and coming out of the Lord's place.
Correct. So that is a conclusion which Shastras want to impress on us. That please understand your nature is not suitable, compatible here. You have to go to your natural place where you can be most natural. When we are in natural state, happiness is natural byproduct. So yes, that's a very important conclusion which Shastras want to say. Okay, so let me take ahead now further meanings of it. We have quite much to see. Let's see how much we can do. Okay. So with this in view, that material energy is the energy of Bhagavan. At the same time, it is separated. Because Prabhupada will tell this in purport. I will go through those lines after some time. Okay. Now other meanings are very interesting. This will make little, wow, this meaning also is there in this shloka, like that we may wonder. The second meaning which is told is Param Satyam is Shri Krishna, correct? First one also was Shri Krishna only. Second one is also Shri Krishna, but here the Leelas of Krishna are described. How? When it is told, Janmadyasya yato anvayad itarataha. Are, he took Janma in Mathura and he went to Vrindavan. Itarataha. Usually a person takes birth and he grows there, na? But this personality, His Janma was at one place, and then immediately he got transferred. Is it not? And then later he grew there. He did his Leelas there. So that's the first meaning. See, who after appearing in Vasudeva's house went to Nanda's house. And he knew how to cheat Kamsa. Kamsa was waiting. Abhi Athwa aayega, pura, he was put in jail. They were put in jail. So many guards. But Krishna cheated them in a very transcendental way. See, these are layers of meanings now coming out. The first one was quite philosophical and intellectual in that sense, technical. Now it goes to furthermore leelas. Now then, what else does the other meaning say? Would you like to read this second? Just read the Sanskrit and meaning, Ayush Prabhu. Artheshu abhignya swarad.
Knowing the appearance of the devotees Prema and Vraja, remained there because of his own people, Swarad, though he is in all cases independent.
Very interesting. Though he is Swarad, but those people who are holding him in Vrindavan, they are his own people. Though he became dependent on them. The independent Lord became dependent on his Vraja devotees because they are so much his own people. They are his closest. In fact, he considers him more than himself. And he knows how to awaken prema in a devotee's heart, how to stir prema in a devotee's heart. That is abhignya nature. Abhignya means what? Knower, no? Knower, supreme knower. Right? This was yesterday we saw. Abhignya means, gnya means to know. Abhignya means he knows everything. Abhitaha gnya. So he knows how to awaken the emotion of ecstasy in this devotee. Oh, he knows, this calf, how to awaken emotion in this, with his glance, with his caress, with his flute. He knows how to awaken ecstasy in those devotees. Then third one, can you continue?
Would it be that the cows and calves were actually the supreme Brahman to Brahma by his will, which bewilders even persons such as
Narada. So the shloka tells he gave knowledge, right? The first meaning was what? He gave knowledge to Brahma who was in doing meditation. Now here, he gave knowledge to Brahma. What knowledge? He gave the knowledge that, these calves and cows and these gopas are actually none but me only. Where this happened? That famous Brahma Vimohan Leela. Correct, no? Brahma got bewildered. Not only Brahma, even Narada got bewildered. When Narada went to Dwaraka, seeing everything, he knew technically, he knew philosophically, but he got bewildered. Krishna is, doing the simple, regular householder duties. He is taking care of child. He's here. He is getting his children got married. There he is giving dan. He is doing worship here. Every palace he was doing different duties. Simultaneously he was doing. See, in this Narada was bewildered. Even devotees, great devotees, Brahma, Narada, Shiva, get bewildered. Then the next one.
Body, though appearing to be material to the demon,
is not temporary at all. For demons, it seems, this is small boy. Putana thought like that, Trinavarta thought like that. They took him, they did so many attempts to kill him. But though he is looking like that, he can kill them with great ease. Without exhibiting his greatness, he would kill them. Just by a mere kick, he would kill some demon. By mere sucking of milk, he would kill one demon. By mere slap, he would kill one demon. So this was very bewildering for even demons. They thought, he's a small material child like us. No. And lastly,
who is the Lord, and by revelation of his form to his heart, destroys ignorance
concerning himself. So his leelas, which he displayed in these abodes, Mathura means here Vrindavan is included. That's the Mathura Kshetra, Mathura Bhumi. And especially his devotees, how they act in great submission and sacrifice to him. That shows, wow, sahi mein, this supreme person is fact, is truth. When someone sees the life of a devotee, he will understand, yes, yes, there must be God. You getting? Like someone who reads Srila Prabhupada's life will understand, my God, surely there must be Krishna. He underwent so much sacrifice. And then at the end, how his life turned out to be, like that. So that ignorance, kuhakam, parast, nirast, it becomes destroyed by his beautiful form. That's the second meaning. Okay, I will share these meanings. Do not worry. Do not be in a hurry to write up. Please try to just appreciate those meanings. If there is any question, you're most welcome. Third meaning is that, oh, Krishna, but Krishna specifically exhibiting the highest rasa. You know the 5 rasas. Shant, Dasya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So many great devotees, they appreciate Krishna and they situate in many rasas. The highest rasa, Madhurya, is something which everyone just holds hand. Even Shukadeva did it. Even Bhishma on the bed of arrows when he's dying, he prays to gopis. Kunti, she is praying to gopis. Uddhava, the greatest intellectual person, he is praying, let me become dust of these great devotees. So this rasa, Bhagavatam explains. This rasa is Madhura rasa or Madhurya rasa, conjugal love. So what is that? Can you read? So you read the Sanskrit here, and here you need not read Sanskrit. Read that. Itaratascha. Madhura rasa. Separation. So Anvaya Itarataha. Anvaya means bringing together, devotees and Krishna come together, and separation. By that, there is Janma of this Madhura rasa. When gopis and Krishna would meet, and when they would get separated, that was an amazing pastime of Leela Shakti. There was awakening of this Madhurya. Second, continue.
Artheshu Abhinasvara, as the hero, most skillful in everything related to rasa, is beyond the material.
So he is actually these descriptions are far beyond my realization. They are very spiritually elevated topics. But just quoting the words of Acharyas, he is the Paramanayaka. He is the Swarat in the realm of rasa. He is most skillful to awaken those rasas. With the gopis, among the gopis, there are many varieties of gopis. Some are, there are left and right wing, there is neutral. Among that, Priya, Preshta, many varieties. And each of them, Krishna would relate very differently. To some, he would just glance. To some, he would, smile. To some, he would embrace. To some, he cannot impress but hold their feet. There are different varieties of gopis. Madhurya rasa, but among them, there is so much gradation. And he was skillful in understanding how to awaken Madhurya rasa. We should not mistaken this to be an affair of this world between a man and woman. This is highly spiritual and it is completely focused on the pleasure of other person, not a selfish extraction of pleasure. No. Okay. So now next. Yes, Suraya. Bharata Muni.
The same Madhura about which other poets are written.
So there is one great poet who is very famous in Rasa Shastra, Bharata Muni. Rasa Shastra, Natya Shastra. He was the one from whom Bharata Natya came. Bharata Natya has amazing depictions of emotions, all that relationships are expressed in profundity, abundance in that person's composition. Everyone amazed at his way of explaining rasa. And Rupa Goswami takes his framework of rasa and explains bhakti. Through his framework, and then he excels that framework, you know. So how did Bharata Muni get this knowledge of rasa? Though he is talking about rasa in the material realm, how he got it? Arey, it was given by Krishna. Anything which is marvelous in this world, be it even for Einstein or any scientist also, that is an inspiration of Paramatma. And why not for this Bharata Muni? Especially in the topic of rasa. And Krishna is Rasika Shekhara, Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Huh? So that Bharata Muni was given, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave. There it's explained. Then next, please.
Tejovani Vidapathan,
Ah.
Yatra Visargam Nisha.
Ah.
In whom alone arises the three types of literary meaning.
In extraordinary form. So these three types of literary meaning are quite technical. I will not go there. What it means is literal, metaphorical, or implied, and vyangya. So in the rasa shastras, something is spoken directly, something is spoken with an example, something is implied in a very opposite sense. Like someone who comes inside, welcome, you're early for tomorrow's class. This is vyangya. It means I'm just giving a very blunt example. But in the rasa, there is many, like gopis and Krishna, they are talking. There is many such talks actually, if you go there. So this is also explained here. Last one. Here Brahma means Brahma usually means spiritual or knowledge. Here it means Madhura Rasa. In the first meaning also, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaya. That means that their Brahma actually means it is Brahma Vidya. And their Adi Kavi means Brahma. You see the word to word meaning. Okay? Adi Kavi means Brahma. And Brahma, Tene Brahma, what is that Brahma? Brahma there means Brahma Jnana or knowledge, spiritual knowledge, all that. Okay? So here, okay, the last one, we are going to the last one.
Who defeats the withered ears by the extraordinary influence of the experience of mind.
Let the world talk whatever it wants, but those who have experienced Madhura Rasa, they will appreciate Krishna in the highest sense. People may doubt, critique, the world talks, so what not about Krishna, especially exhibiting this rasa, is it not? But those who know from those rasikas and those who have experienced, they really are knowing Krishna in the full. That way he defeats all the arguments or doubts in them. That's the third meaning. Okay. Now the fourth meaning. The fourth meaning means Param Satyam is actually two, Radha and Krishna. See, this is not very evident meaning, is it not? But he is deriving so many layered, esoteric meanings, they are called. Very deep meanings. So we are not trying to here discuss deeply on this because that's not our adhikara, at least not mine. But we need to at least know what Vacharyas have given it. Read this, maybe Gautam Prabhu, would you like to read?
From whom arises the height of Madhura.
So Radha and Krishna, of course, Krishna with all gopis he exchanges Madhurya Rasa. But one of them, the supreme, is Sri Radha. So between them, the height of Madhurya is exhibited. Then next.
By giving up the other gopis and following only her as Dhir
Lalita.
he showed his expertise in the chief aspect of rasa, and she exhibits herself as an independent.
In the relationship between Radha and Krishna, the more independent is Radha actually, Sri Radha. And Krishna becomes dependent on her. She is the Paramanayika. That's how it's explained. And he leaves all other gopis but goes and tries to exchange love with Sri Radha. That's also described. Now, the last one. Sorry, the last but one. So you can directly read this English. Krishna imparted
to the heart to Sukadeva. Knower of his son from birth, the Bhagavatam by which the devotee spend in chastity and undergoes transformation just as fire, water, and earth reverse their product.
So this knowledge of Radha Krishna's prema was known to Shukadeva. And this was given to Shukadeva by Krishna. So here Adi Kavi is Shukadeva. Okay, and he was able to relish it so much so that he could not take name of Sri Radha in the Bhagavata, because it would just make him mad. 7 days, what, 7 years, or how many days will pass, and this hearer had only 7 days, Parikshita. So he just somehow held himself from not taking the name of Sri Radha, but he implied it many places. So sometimes people object, where is Sri Radha mentioned in Bhagavata? Array, it is there, but it is very confidentially spoken of. Okay. Shukadeva, the word Adi Kavi is actually implying to Shukadeva. There it was Brahma, Bharata Muni, in the earlier meanings. Here Shukadeva is called as Adi Kavi. Last one.
By whose influence the three
Shaktis remain eternally. So these are three profound Shaktis of Krishna. I'll not delve into this deeply. I don't understand also fully these ones. So these are very high esoteric topics. But I just wanted to show that how our acharyas have explained these verses. And last one, quite relevant for us. The first one also was very relevant. The last one is also very relevant. The last one actually tells Param Satyam is Bhakti. Param Satyam is Bhakti, and by following Bhakti you attain Bhagavan. And Bhagavan and Bhakti, there is no difference. Bhagavan and Bhakti, there is no, because Bhakti is also supremely powerful. How? It's explained here. Prabhu, would you like to read? You can read only the English ones in black.
The appearance of Bhagavan, and by which there is realization of Brahman and Paramatma. The process.
So when there is bhakti, that gives rise to awakening of Krishna or birth of Krishna in the heart. Like now Janmashtami is coming. You know how Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki? And if you recollect? So he appeared first in the chitta of Vasudev. Then he got transferred. He became like a guru. There are many metaphorical meanings. Then he became transferred to the chitta of the disciple represented by Devaki. Then she followed it and she became pregnant with Krishna. Pregnant with Krishna means Krishna is seated in the heart of a bhakta or the womb of a bhakta, however you understand. Second, which is
complete knowledge, independent of
other process. So by following bhakti, it gives you gnana, vairagya, everything else. It's swarat, independent. Then
by Narada
to Vyasa. See, here the meaning changed. So who spoke this bhakti to whom? Arey, Narada spoke to Vyas. Vyas is describing, in this Bhagavata, how he got to know. It was told by Narada. How that prasanga is the next prasanga. That next episode in Bhagavata tells about it. That Narada Muni comes and tells about Bhakti Yoga to Vyasadev. Narada Vyasa Samvada, it's called. Next.
but which is
Great sages. Those who read Vedas, those who read Puranas, even Bhagavata, may not appreciate Bhakti and follow it. It is bewildering. Then next. Three gunas. So three gunas, three sargaha. It's fully nirgunaha. Bhaktir hi nirguna sakshat. That's so. Then seventh. By its natural direct experience of bliss. So by following bhakti, one gets the rasa. That's the highest bliss. We don't follow bhakti for some material things. We don't follow bhakti even for mukti. And other sampradayas, it's a very famous understanding. It's accepted understanding. By following bhakti, you get mukti. Very nice, wonderful. But our sampradaya, it tells we follow bhakti to not get bhukti or material thing, to not get mukti, to get prema. So our sampradaya puts prema in the spotlight. That is the highest attainment, not any dharmartha kama moksha. No. This will become evident in the next verse. So this one very famous analogy, I had spoken it in the first course. You remember this? Yeah. So this is explained actually in this shloka. So Bhagavatam is like these 4 objects. Bhagavatam is compared to a lamp. It gives light. Bhagavatam is compared to a sun, which gives so much light that everything in this world becomes lit up. In one's heart, lamp is lit, and some part of the area is, illuminated. Something you know of this room because lamp is there. So some preliminary understanding of God you get by Bhagavatam. If you want to know more, Bhagavatam can be like sun. Purana Arkaha, is the sun, Bhagavata sun. Under the sun, there is nothing which is dark. Everything is clear, right? So you know everything about that absolute truth because Bhagavata is like sun. Then Bhagavata is like very tasty fruit. Nigama Kalpataru, correct. So fruit, it's so sweet, tasty, because it will give a very close, the intimate understanding about that Bhagavan, which is very sweet. Krishna is Akhila Madhura Pati, Madhuradhipater Akhilam Madhuram. It gives you personal relationship with that Bhagavan. You can close, yeah. Okay. So, and that's the highest one, that's Prema. And then it is also like Mohini. Mohini. Why Mohini? You can guess. You know it, right? Let me just ask. At the end you can say. Why Mohini? Achha, you are also there, I think. Yes. So what Mohini did, I will give you, but she did not give. To whom? To demons. I'll give you, sit. They took bath, they became fresh. She will give me first. They were waiting. I'll give you. They are so restless. I'll give you them little and come to you. So demons, he cheated them. Mohit kar diye. That's why the name Mohin. So those who want to, I will read Bhagavata, I will understand Vedanta Sutra, I will understand, I'll get everything. Yeah, I will give you, and it will not give. Because unless we study Bhagavata from a bhakta, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Vyakti Bhagavan, Bhagavata Padagiya, Bhagavata Sthane. There are 2 types of Bhagavata, Krishna, Prabhupada explains. And if you know, so one should learn book Bhagavata from person Bhagavata, that is devotee. Otherwise, you will not get it. It will be like demons approaching Bhagavata. So the key is with the devotee Bhagavata. Yeah, the book is there. We distribute also. Because devotees distribute, that's why people become devotees. Otherwise, if you just put in bookstore, yes, the potency is there because the purports are written by Prabhupada. But there are many people who may read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata by heart, they know verses. They hardly have bhakti. So what is required is you receive it from bhakta. Then the tap of mercy is opened by Krishna. He has given that copyrights to distribute to bhaktas. So like this, Bhagavata is a lamp. It destroys nescience. Bhagavata is like sun. It destroys all misconceptions, gives you complete picture of that supreme person, absolute truth. Bhagavata is very sweet, like a fruit, ripened fruit. That will come in a verse later. It gives prema, madhura rasa, and Bhagavata is like Mohini, gives nectar to devas, and she doesn't give to demons. So Bhagavata will deny, I will not give you anything if we approach in a wrong motive, like this. So in this one of the courses last time we saw 10 topics. I'm again referring to earlier courses. I'm sorry. 10 topics of Bhagavata. There was one course called Bhagavat Pravesha. One course in which there were 10 topics. Our Suvarna Gaurari Prabhu took very elaborately. 2 sessions. We covered it. So these 10 topics are also categorized here. As lamp, the first two topics, the Sarga and Nirodha are explained. As a sun, it explains everything. And as fruit, it explains Ashraya Tattva, the highest topic of the 10. Anyway, this might be an extra information. But nonetheless, this analogy is very important and beautiful. With this, we want to conclude because it's unlimited. As I told, this first verse is having many, many meanings to it. Just touched on some of the important basic meanings of it. Ashraya means the 10th topic, 10th canto itself. It is the numbers doesn't represent the canto actually here. Okay. Of course, 10th topic Ashraya is covered in 10th canto, but other ones don't match like that. Okay. No, that is Poshana. 6th canto is Poshana. Should we go? Okay, now I want to just make all of us appreciate Prabhupada's purport because I don't want to miss on those purports. Otherwise, I'll be okay. I want to just we want to just read few of the highlighted parts in Prabhupada's purport, and later you take a time and then read more peacefully. Okay, this yellow one. Would you like to read, Prabhu? Sri Vyasadeva. Yes. Material existence.
We are not able to see Prabhu.
Viraj in the desert. See, this we were talking now. Two types of energies Prabhupada is describing. In the desert.
We are not able to see Prabhu.
There is. Oh, I think I have not shared. 1 minute. I'm sorry. I think I could not share, I believe. I'm really sorry. I think the online devotees are not able to share. Okay. So I'm referring to this purport of Prabhupada where these topics are written. So this is in the first verse purport only. Okay. So only the appearance of water. Real water is.
Real water on the end.
Yeah.
The manifested copy creation appears as reality, but the reality of which is but a shadow
is in spiritual world. So he's talking about two energies. Okay. So then later Prabhupada also talks about how this creation is in the realm of modes. I was talking, modes. So we will not read this. That's okay. Prabhupada gives very nice analogies. Why I am showing this purport is basically to show how Prabhupada explains the very complicated principles by such nice examples. One example is coming here, the chief engineer. Read this. And later, after this, please tell me which quality of Satyam Param is explained by that analogy or example. Okay? All of you, please pay attention. The chief engineer. Read.
Chief engineer of a complicated construction doesn't personally take part in the construction, but he knows every nook and corner because everything is done under his direction. He knows everything about the construction over the directory.
1 minute. Pause. Ahead there is answer only. Okay. What quality of Param Satyam is taught? Swarat? Independent and cognizant primarily because he knows everything. Chief engineer knows about the what in the construction site, what is happening, where, what is being constructed, what is being destroyed, what was it. So he knows, like this. So this is the beauty of Prabhupada. So he is comparing now. One more thing is coming now. He is compared to
the classification is in so many different parts compared to the objects made from the gold, such as gold ring, necklaces, and so on. The gold ring and the gold necklace are qualitatively one with the gold in its mind, but quantitatively the gold in the mind is different.
Therefore, absolute truth is simultaneously one and different. So it talks actually about, and if you could guess, Bedha Beda Tattva, which is talked by Anvaya with Itarataha. That words are there, they actually mean this. So Anvayad Itaratascha was there, So Prabhupada is explaining that. So these are very interesting. This is one very simple one. You see this? Read.
Whatever has the body becomes known to the embodied.
Whatever happens in a body is known to the owner of the body. Similarly,
creation is the body of the absolute whole. Therefore, the absolute knows everything directly and indirectly. It's the absolute.
which quality? You told already, one of cognizant. See, such nice analogies. That's why Prabhupada's brilliance is coming here. So we should try to appreciate Prabhupada's analogies, examples, which are very, very relevant. There is one very interesting analogy, which is very famous analogy. This is famous in biblical circles. Okay, an atheist.
He may answer that God is no more expert than a God maker, but of course, God is greater because we can create duplicate male and female form. The male and female form and different types of machinery go on producing the innumerable figure machines without God's further attention. If a man could manufacture such a set of machines that could produce other machines without his attention, then he could approach the intelligence of God.
Just see the intelligence of God. People say, Arey, what God has done? He has by chance made something. He has made a system by which things are running. That I also can do if I have that power. He is a little better than me. He is extraordinary. I am not. Okay, I have some powers of intelligence. He is having more power. He is like a watchmaker. Watchmaker means one who makes watch. He has to very nicely fix those gears, small gears, by which the calibration is made such that the seconds one, the minutes one, and the hour one, that stick, it moves proper, is it? So he just see how he has made the seasons change once in 3 months. Months, the day and night changes within a day. You see how he has made the clock. So this is a clock. This is a universal clock he has made. And he is a watchmaker. He has made a clock. Arey, he is not just that. He is not just a mere watchmaker. He has made such beautiful creations by which they themselves reproduce and create further. And he doesn't need to be involved in it. He is such a just marvel and clap at his intelligence. Prabhupada would say, give Nobel Prize to God. Prabhupada says it many conversations. Give Nobel Prize to God, he says. What you are doing, others, those who are struggling to learn what made by God, actually. So there are many very nice examples here. Prabhupada also tells about some of the scholars argue Bhagavatam was not compiled by Vyasadeva. There was one great scholar called Vopadev who made Bhagavatam known to the big mass of people. That's why people started calling it Bhagavatam is not written by Vyasadeva, it is written by Vopadev. We may not even know this. I also did not know. But Prabhupada he is writing for the future so many people, So he is even taking this objection also. Actually, no. Bhagavatam is written by Vyasadeva only. It is confirmed by many acharyas. Vyasadeva himself tells about it in one of the verses later. So this also he defeats. So Bhagavatam, which is made up of 12 cantos, 18,000 shlokas, is told so in other Puranas. This Purana written by Vyasa, starting with Satyam Param Dhimahi, which has 18,000. This was evidenced in the first course. I had shown this. In the first, many evidences for Bhagavatam from other Puranas I had shown that. So it is so authentic. It is proven without any doubt that Bhagavatam is written by Vyasa. It is having all these cantos, all these features, identifiers are told. So like this, Prabhupada also makes one very interesting comment. I want to end with these two further comments. Within past, read this.
Within the past 500 years, many erudite scholars and acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Pranam Chakravarti, Vallabhacharya, and many other distinguished scholars, even after the time of Lord Chaitanya, made elaborate commentaries on the Bhagavatam. And the previous students to do well to attempt to go through them to better register the messages.
So Prabhupada is telling, you see, so many great saints in the past have explained Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is surely taking everything he is writing from them only. But he is also urging the students to refer to their explanations. Why? so that you understand what I am giving is authentic. Prabhupada books are the beacons of light for the next 10,000 years. Prabhupada himself told it. Books are the basis, he told. Law books. He told. How do we understand? No, we accept it. How do you accept it? You have to show proof. Okay, let me show you the proof. What Prabhupada has written is explained by previous acharyas who have explained the Siddhanta more emphatically with more details. So like this, we should understand the depth of Prabhupada's books. If we can read to other commentaries and understand how Prabhupada is giving all that. So we should develop appreciation to Prabhupada by we can read other commentaries in our Sampradaya. Famously, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami, they have written elaborately on Bhagavatam. Last time I did show, yesterday we were seeing, one slide I was showing what all they have written and all, like that. So in this mood, a devotee can read. Okay, there is Prabhupada himself is saying it. So lastly, one another Prabhupada talks about Adi Rasa. Adi Rasa, one of the meanings in Bhagavatam, Adi Rasa, one of the 5 meanings was Madhurya Rasa, no? One of the Param Satyam's meaning. Param Satyam, Madhurya Rasa. In a very low level of translation, Madhurya Rasa could be translated as pure sex life. So Prabhupada says the original and pure sex psychology is described in Bhagavatam. And that is called Adi Rasa. And he says this is not to be mistaken with material understanding of sex. He says that the impersonal, can you read this one? We'll close with this. Yeah.
Philosophers have given indirect inputs upon a woman with Indian sex life because they have overstressed the impersonality of the ultimate truth. Consequently, man without information of the actual spiritual form of sex has accepted perverted material sex life as they all in all. There is a distinction between sex life and diseased material condition and spiritual sex life.
Now, what is a spiritual sex life? Somebody may wonder and say, what kind of sex life is there? People may have that curiosity. What it means, Chaitanya Charitamrita describes, Krishnendriya Priti Ichha Dhare Premana. Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bole Kam. So, that emotion, very strong, fervent emotion to please Krishna is prema. But if that is directed towards oneself, that becomes kama. So what is described as pure sex psychology is prema. And those impersonalists who doesn't explain, who in fact offend Krishna's form, they say absolute truth is impersonal. He doesn't have any features. He doesn't have any emotions. They decline people to have relationship with Krishna. They don't explain properly the Supreme Person Krishna. And where will that urge to love someone go? See, the Jiva has an urge, no? And what he explained, that Param Satyam is just light or energy. Abhi mere andar, inside, deep inside me, I have a great desire to love and serve and, exchange that emotion. Where it will go? It will go towards matter. Are you getting this point? So he is telling impersonalists have done great injustice and they have diverted all people to material sex. Instead, if the Vaishnavas, they are directing to prema, by which a jiva will be freed from this kama. That's why the great devotees, they were paramaviraktas. The bhaktas are paramaviraktas because they are experiencing prema. The renunciation in the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered the highest. Why? Because they are able to appreciate and experience the prema, which is in completely spiritual platform. So, like this, the first verse of Bhagavatam is described. Actually, I am just rushing to the second verse just to give a little preliminary understanding. With that in view, the purport itself is very deep. One may take out time at your leisure and study this. Some of the highlighted parts we just showed. So now at this point, let's go to the second verse. Okay, let's go to the second verse. We'll practice the recitation once, and then we will proceed to a simple basic meaning of this verse. Repeat behind me. Dharma projhita kaitavotra paramo
Dharma projidra kaitra paramo
nirmatsaranam satam
nirmatsaranam satam
vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam
vedyam vastavam atra vastu sivadam
tapatrayonmulanam
tapatrayonmulanam
Srimad-Bhagavate Mahamuni-krite
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni-krite
Kim va parairishvaraha
Kim va parair Ishvaraha
Sadyo hridyavaruddhyatetra kritibhi
Satyo Hridayo Avarudhaitya Atra Kritibhihi
Shushrusubhistat kshanat.
Susrubhistatsanat.
All together once, can we try once? Together. Dharma projhita kaitavotra paramo
nirmatsaranam
nirmatsaranam
sadam
satam vedyam
vedyam
vastavamatra
vastamatra vastu
vastu shivadam
sivadam
tapatrayonmulanam
tapatrayonmulanam
Srimad
Srimad
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Mahamuni
Mahamuni-krite
Krite Kim
Kimva
va parairishvaraha
Parayirishvaraha
Sadyo
Sadyo
hridyavaruddhyatetra
Avardhaitya
kritibhi
Kritibi
Shushrusubhistat kshanat.
Susrubhistatsana.
So, the easy way to memorize a shloka is learn the pronunciation, pronounce it properly, and repeat it. And another level, know the meaning of it. Because when you know the meaning, you actually start loving that shloka. Wow, such a nice meaning. Like we so far saw the first one. So many nice meanings are coming there, is it not? Now wow, I want to know this. That meaning haunts you, and then slowly you get those words, and then you jumble up and put it out. So here we are learning the pronunciation in this attempt. So the second verse, what does it talk about? We had seen an overview. No, what aspect? Abhidheya.
Abhidheya.
Abhidheya. One word we use, no? The first verse talks about sambandha. Second one talks about abhid. What is abhidheya? Process to
Process of
awaken that
realization.
sambandha. Our sambandha is what? That is described in first verse. The position of Bhagavan, the position of Jiva, what sambandha Jiva and Bhagavan have, that's told. But right now, I don't have that sambandha, acted upon. How to awaken that sambandha? Follow abhidheya. Follow the process. Like that. So the words are very interesting. The shloka's meaning is coming very nicely here. It has also many aspects. We will not go as we went in the first verse, but nonetheless, I just want to show some of the important principles here. The word says, if you see this shloka, one word is repeated multiple times. Sanskrit, one word is repeated multiple times. Find it out. Maha. How many times? Once only it came. Maha. There is one word which has come multiple times. Atra. Atra in Sanskrit means this. Tatra means that. This atra. Kutra means where, Atra means this. So Vyasa is telling this. He's telling 3 times. You see that? Find it? 3 times. Atra paramaha. Atra vastu shivadam. Atra kritibhihi. Atra means this. What I'm going to describe, you will find here this. He is so emphatically saying it. And it cannot be found outside this. What he also means. What is it? He first tells, Dharma projhita kaitavaha. Kaitava means cheating. Kaitava means cheating. Kaitava dharma means cheating religion. Arey, ye kya? What is this mean? Cheating religion. So Bhagavatam tells every jiva as servant of Krishna. Spirit, soul, and servant of Krishna. In the other Puranas, other Upanishads, Vyasa has told the jiva as some identity. Man, woman, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Grahastha, Brahmachari, Sannyasi. These are not the real identities of a jiva. Are you getting this? In the other Shastras, there is description of how a man should behave, like, Manu Smriti, Manu Samhita talks about the roles, the kartavyas, the duties of various social orders, various people, in society. It's told, no? Vyasa himself has written them. We are not talking about the other cheaters. They are cheating anyway. We are talking within Vedas. Within Vedas, Vyasa is telling what other outside this Bhagavatam is, everything is cheating. How it is cheating? Because you are calling the jiva as something which it is not. You are calling the jiva as Brahmana. Arey, it's not Brahmana. This life is Brahmana. Can you call and dictate that this is your Paramadharma? Arey, how? Tomorrow he may become something else. You are calling that jiva as sannyasi. Sannyasi is also an ashrama. You are calling that jiva as a purusha or a stri or a husband, wife, child. Like this, dharmas are dictated. Satyam vada dharmam chara. The whole Veda talk about it. Tell truth, follow duty. In essence, Veda, what does it tell? Tell truth, follow your duty. Satyam vada dharmam chara. This is told in Gurukula, at the end, in his graduation ceremony, they say this. Huh? Please, you can carry on. Yeah. No, kindly, I understand. You may have service. So we are recording. We are ending in another half an hour. If you have to proceed, please, you can take your services. That's okay. Yeah, I understand. Janmashtami is also coming up. No, that's okay. So we will share the recording. That's okay, not a problem. What was I saying?
The feeling is not to be called as Brahmana or Kshatriya. What else has to be called?
It has to be called, Bhagavatam tells, it has to be called as a part, an amsha of Bhagavan, servant of Krishna. That is its unchanging position. The right identity of a jiva is amsha of Bhagavan, servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa hoy Krishnera Nitya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it very, very simple to understand. And Bhagavatam talks at this level of identity. That's why it's considered most pure. Other Shastras, they don't talk. See, this does not mean other Shastras are cheating. Please understand, they have a different purpose. Right now, I am the Jiva, Atma. I am in a body of a male. I am in a particular ashrama. I have a particular duty. You have to do duties. It cannot be negated or thrown away. But what is my essential identity? Who is talking about it? Only Bhagavata is talking. So that's why Bhagavata is the most pristine literature. It is not cheating anyone. It rejects all cheating. Okay, the first one. Atra Paramaha. That's why it's the highest. And it can be properly understood, fully understood by those who are free of envy, matsara. Nirmatsara. The word is used, no? Nirmatsaranam satam. Those who are fully pure in their heart, who don't have envy. Actually, everyone in this world, everyone, including me, have envy in the heart. So those who are free from that envy can truly appreciate Bhagavad. Now, does this mean others can't? It's not meant for others? Please wait, it is coming soon. What it means. So, Vedyam Vastavam. It talks about the actual fact, truth, Vastava Vastu, that which doesn't change. What is that? That's also coming. It is Shivadam, it gives prema. It is Tapatraya Unmulanam. The three types of miseries, tapas, you may recollect, Adhi, Bhautika, Adhi, Daivika, Adhi,
Adi Atmika.
Atmika, Kleshas. They are tapas, Tapatraya. That is uprooted from the base, Unmulanam, jad se nikal dena. From the root you uproot them that way. And then this Bhagavatam is written by Mahamuni. Who is Mahamuni here?
Yeah.
But he is only writing, na? Will he call himself Mahamuni? Like, it's not a proper etiquette to say, I am the Mahamuni, I am writing this. Lord Krishna, who is now in the Rupa of Vyasa, Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. It's Lord only. And Bhagavata is a Nitya Grantha. It is not just a creation which just happened 5,000 years ago and later it will not be there. No. Like any other Shruti and Smriti which is eternal in nature, Bhagavata is also eternal in nature. It is given by Lord himself. Originally, Lord Narayana spoke to Brahma, Chatur, Shloki, Bhagavata. Later, Narada spoke to Vyasa, that is also Bhagavata. Bhagavata is in multiple conversations and it expands. That is, Narada could be Mahamuni. Yeah, Mahamuni here actually refers to the Lord himself. And very interesting glory of Bhagavata is the last one. That just by hearing Bhagavata, immediately Krishna will manifest in heart. How is it? We are daily attending Bhagavata classes. We are having Nityam Bhagavata Seva, you know. We hear, read Bhagavatas and all. What does that mean then? I don't experience that in heart. Sometimes we may have that doubt, is it not? So what it means is, Krishna becomes established in heart. Tat kshana Krishna avarudhyate. Means, if prema arises, Krishna comes where there is prema. Krishna will not come where there is no prema. Krishna did not go to Duryodhan. Krishna went to Vidur. Because prema was there. Vidura Ruka Shaka Khayo. Na Chappan Bhog. Not in the Duryodhan's place. So, prema will awaken by Bhagavatas sincere hearing. For those who are premi bhaktas, it will happen immediately. For sadhakas, it will do gradually. That's also explained later. So, in essence, these meanings, I just know what I spoke, it's written here. Can you just keep reading? Atra.
Repeated three times. To emphatically declare.
So 3 times declared. Yes. Avarudhyat. You can read only black one, English. Yeah.
Supreme Lord immediately becomes captured in the heart. Pure love
So
awakens
Lord
in the
is
heart.
captured in heart. Bhagavan becomes bandhi, you know. He's like prem ke vash aa jate na. Bhagavan is like prema vasha. So prema happens in heart. Now the next one, immediately.
For those who are accomplished or qualified Kritibhi, happens after a slight delay for those who are not so
For
qualified.
sadhakas, it will happen in due course. For siddhas, who are kritibhihi, it happens immediately. In fact, one next step is told, which is very, very surprising. What it says is, Krishna.
Enters when those who have suddenly developed the desire to hear from the moment they begin listening.
No, this is interesting. You may sometimes come across some situations, incidents narrated. Someone who sat in Bhagavata, he heard one chore, one thief was sitting, you know, this, and he heard with great faith and sincere. You know, he did not. It's not faith because he was doing sin, no, earlier. So he just happened to come across, and he, by amazing Lord's kripa, he developed the desire to hear. He heard and he completely accepted it and he started searching for Krishna. And he found Krishna. Is it not? We hear that Prabhupada narrates this story. Many like this. So, by some way, some means, if one gets a desire to hear, even if one doesn't have Shraddha also, it will immediately give prema. The condition there is there should be no offenses. There should be no offenses. Offenses to see the one who is speaking as, he's speaking some fantasy. He's taking it to be a story. He's considering that not as factual truth. One very basic thing. Another thing is to consider Guru as a common person who is under the 10 offenses. Basically, in the 10 aparadhas we say in the during chanting of holy name, before chanting of holy name. All of those offenses actually come into place here. So someone who did not had any offensive mentality, he came in touch with Bhagavad, immediately prema awakens. Immediately prema awakens. There are many examples to it. I'll tell Ajamila. I was about to say that Ajamila is one great example. Offenseless chanting. That's why Prabhupada also says, no, offenseless chanting, offenseless hearing of Bhagavad. Offenselessly, you just come in touch with any bhakti, Navavidha bhakti, immediately prema. It is so potent. Okay. Now you imagine if someone hears with faith, not just once, daily, not just saptaha, nityam, how much it is. So this daily act which Prabhupada has instituted of hearing Bhagavat is something so rare, so precious. We should take it with very great spirit. Sometimes our mind is struggling, our body is struggling, no problem. At least be there physically and try to hear. Develop some respect towards the speaker, towards the subject, towards the one whom the speaker is representing, that is Acharyas like Prabhupada, who have given these books. So this is very important. And Mahamuni Krite,
Lord himself became the sage and
planned the world. Lord himself became the sage. Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. This Bhagavata of this Chaturyuga is given by Krishna himself, unlike other Chaturyugas. In the first course, I had delved deeply on this. Yes, next one. Okay, wait. I'll take question just after some time because I am just holding. Vastava Vastu. What is Vastava Vastu? Yes.
the name, form, qualities of the Lord is about such as Vaikuntha, his devotees, and Bhakti. All others are temporary and hence
Avastava. The true actual subjects which don't change by time, which always exhibit that quality, are these name, form, nama, rupa, guna, leela of Bhagavan. Vastava Vastu. Shivadam. Shiva means auspicious. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. That's the famous of Satyam, Param, Anantam, Brahma. So Shiva, the word means Mangala. Shiva is also the name of the great devotee. Shiva, Panchanana, Shiva, five-headed, or the Rudra is one of the expansions of. So Shivadam means
it gives prema.
auspicious. So prema is the highest auspiciousness. Tapatre unmulanam. Yes.
Putting three types of mysteries is second.
The primary result of hearing Bhagavatam is what? Prema. The secondary result, which is byproduct, happens. That is what? Removal of miseries. That is not a great focus. It happens, and that is also, one can approach Bhagavatam with that, no problem. But know that it gives something better than that, higher than that. Yes, next.
Fully realize and knows with
No selfish intentions. It is fully understood by those who are completely selfless. Yes.
reject them
Vehemently.
that which cheats one from
Vastava Vastu. Vehemently is told by this word pra-ujjita. Ujjita matlab jhadu karna. The grooming out. So you sweep out all that which is not Vastava Vastu. Bhagavatam tells it very emphatically, projjita. It throw away all the other purusharthas. This is the one you should hold on to, like that it dictates. Very emphatically, sometimes it's very difficult to understand Bhagavatam because of this. Because we come with the background, oh, this is important, that is important. But it talks at the level of soul, which is the real dharma, as a amsha of Bhagavan, as a dasa of Bhagavan. So anyway, pra means to reject all other paths like sakam, nishkam, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga. All that is discarded. Follow this Shuddha Bhakti. Follow especially hearing of Bhagavad. Prabhupada often uses the word submissive oral reception. Have you heard this? Huh? It comes often in Prabhupada's purport. Submissive oral reception. Those who very respectfully receive the messages through the ears, they are given an entry into Bhagavad, the meanings of Bhagavad. So the sadhana, the abhidheya, which Bhagavata is describing is hear properly. Prabhupada would say that, hear properly. Hear Bhagavata properly. Respectful, regular hearing from the right sources, of course. So that is described in the second verse. Third verse also we will touch. Any of you had any comment on what we see second verse? I just don't want to rush. Any of you had any comment? Any of you have any small question on this, what we saw?
One point, I don't know, but you already answered it.
Okay.
Regarding sadhakas taking time to reach pure working, you said that because they make offenses, they are making offenses also. That's why, I mean, they're not able to reach that.
Yes. So one, very good question here. Why are sadhakas taking time to reach the experience of Krishna in the heart immediately? Tat kshanat. Why? Because they come with the baggage of offenses. We have a material outlook which actually tints our vision. It's like a red colored glass. Everything appears red. No? So material vision is there. It takes time to clear that. So what one should do? One should apply oneself to the process of hearing regularly and it will clear. The promise is told in Bhagavatam only. That you apply yourself to hearing, for sadhakas also it will clear.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
For example, while we are chanting also, serial is sadhaka, what kind of offenses from the kind of offenses he is making? That is your intent.
Well, the very basic understanding we should know in these spiritual subjects is there is no difference between the Nami and Nama. There is no difference between the name which I am taking and the person whom I am referring to by the name. There is no difference between holy name Hare Krishna and the deity Krishna and the person Krishna. So this is the fundamental understanding with which one can actually, which shows that he has reached an offenseless stage in knowledge. So there are description of those 10 offenses which actually are lakshanas when we don't understand it properly. We see devotees, we disrespect them, we offend devotees. We see the other punya karyas as also bhakti karyas, which are not connected to Bhagavan. That means. So all these 10 offenses are lakshanas of not understanding how the name and Bhagavan are non-different. I'm just addressing that in very brief, succinct manner. This is the fundamental offense when we see difference. Okay. That becomes a realization when we apply to it. That's the realization. Like, we hear that famous shloka, Nama Chintamani Krishna. How does it go? Purna Shuddho Abhinnatvam Nama Naminaha. So this is the realization. When one comes to this realization and chants, then Nam is like Chintamani. Nama Chintamani Krishna. I am forgetting the next line. So it immediately gives prema. So to reach that realization is our sadhana. How do we reach that realization? By reading Shastras under Guru, especially by doing seva. That offense will go by pleasing a bhakta of Bhagavan. It will go. It is far deeper beyond our intellect also. It's very difficult to even perceive because it's at the level of ego, na? It's beyond even intellect in that sense. Yeah. Okay, Mataji is giving example. Yes.
Now, we know How can you put it on? Please on put this thing.
Correct.
Yours.
Correct.
That
That should be our thought. This everything connected to Bhagavan is reminding one of Bhagavan. It is actually of that spiritual nature. It is Bhagavan only. Bhakta, this is Bhagavatam is Bhagavan. But how do I appreciate it? How do I worship it? By regularly reading. I worship deity form. I worship holy name by chanting. I worship Bhagavatam by reading. You get it? So this is the understanding which a devotee should have, and he should do it as a practice regularly. It comes with that realization.
fine. Point to think about.
Okay.
So at the neophyte, we start loving the Lord. And then we go through the love and separation. That is the ultimate goal, which Chaitanya Prabhu is trying to delete for us.
So as a neophyte, we first are trying to understand the Lord. What are his qualities? By that we develop attraction to Lord. First comes an admiration. Wow, Krishna is so nice, huh? He is so wonderful, beautiful. Krishna understands his devotee so nicely. I want to be such devotee. That's attraction, like that. And slowly, slowly that attraction becomes deeper. It becomes affection. I love him. It's not just that I want to visit. I love him, wherever I am. And then it becomes absorption, where whatever you are doing, so nice Krishna is. And when this absorption, when this is going deeper and deeper, then that's an indication of prema. So the prema itself, it goes through stages in sadhaka stage, shraddha, sadhu sangha, all these stages. So there is some clearance of impurities, anartha nivritti and all. And when prema is attained, then there is experience of sambhoga and vipralamba, union and separation. Right now I am separated, but I don't have any love only. So I don't feel any distress because I am separated from Krishna. First I need to awaken love, no? Then I will feel distress at being separated from the beloved. I hope you are getting. Huh? So when there is love, then separation will increase one's deepening of absorption, actually. So we have to first come to the level of developing affection, absorption, attract. All these stages are there. Technically, they are also told. I'm forgetting the right words, actually. Hope it's helpful. We'll just complete the third one, and I'm open for more questions. We'll take that questions also. Yes, Mataji, you want? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Why
is it saying? So the rejecting. So the question here is why the Bhagavata tells to reject other paths. So Bhagavata's clear goal is, it comes later also, savai punsan paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The real satisfaction of heart, atma suprasidati. This is what one will gain. Bhagavatam promises it. But for that atma suprasidati, satisfaction of heart, the other paths are not the means. Sakama karma means what? I want some material wealth, some material benefit. I do a ritual. Nishkama karma, I'm fed up with this karma bandhana, entanglement, which is giving me reaction after reaction. I am just fed up with it. I want to get out of it. Jnana, it gives you a stage of mukti. Is it not? A real sense of being alone. Enough of being with relationships. I don't want any relationship. I want to be merged. I want to end my existence. You getting? Everything is self-driven here. And these things actually will not give satisfaction to Atma. What will really give? Okay, Ashtanga Yoga, this is about siddhis. That is also material in nature. So what will give Atma Prasadana, that is satisfaction of heart, is awakening of selfless love. For attaining that self-satisfaction of heart or selfless love, what is the method? Not sakama karma, not nishkama karma. Not all this. That's why it's telling reject. You may have actually following of those methods, but it is a circumstantial need. Like a devotee does duties of this world. It's a circumstantial need. I am in this body of a man or a woman. I have a social role. I have to do. I do it. But is that my whole and soul of existence? No. Then we will not get satisfied at heart. Well, no matter how much we try and make ends meet and do all jugglery, all that, the life in this world will not satisfy. The best comforts, the best relationships in this world will not satisfy unless we have ahaituki apratihata, that adhokshaje, that only will satisfy. So the Bhagavata actually addresses at this level. Is that good? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apologize, understanding it is there. Some people do use yoga as a means of connecting with Paramatma. Ashtanga yoga being one of them, and the ways of meditation. So how does that align with?
So Ashtanga yoga is a question here about yoga is a way to connect with God. So how do we understand it has to be rejected here? You know? So yoga has many gradation of growth. There is something called yoga ladder, which is talked in Bhagavad Gita. You know, those who may have studied Bhagavad Gita will know yoga ladder. So it is a progression. So in the beginning, a person takes to what is called karma yoga. Later, he takes to a stage when he doesn't have interest in this world, he will come to a gnana yoga, which is sannyasa. Later, he will come to meditation, ashtanga yoga. In ashtanga yoga, there are 8 steps, dharana, dhyana, samadhi being the highest. And there one meditates on God, on the beautiful form of Lord. So, yes, it is connection. At the same time, there is another step on top of it, which is called bhakti yoga, which is connection by love. In all the others, the connection was happening by other faculties. In karma yoga, you connect with God by action. In gnana yoga, you connect with God by intelligence. In what was next? Ashtanga yoga, you connect with mind. You fix your mind. In bhakti yoga, you connect with heart.
No.
Love, heart. And when heart or love is there, you will see from the other viewpoint, everything else is connected. Your body is connected to God, your actions, your mind is connected to God, your intellect is connected to God, because love is there, no? Like mother thinks of child, she does actions for child, she thinks about child, she plans for the betterment of child. Like I may know about another person, I may think, okay, I don't have relation, love, I just wish something good and all, like I may do something for some time. That's karma. But bhakti yoga is all encompassing. It's all encompassing. So that way, that is the complete understanding of yoga. So yoga of love, we say that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So let me just conclude on that part. That is coming here. What you rightly told, it is coming here. How do we attain that is the key in the last verse, which will be our last topic. I'll just end this in another 5 minutes and then we'll conclude for question answers. We'll go. Please repeat after me. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. Shuka mukhadamrita drava samyutam. Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Together. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. Shuka mukhadamrita drava samyutam. Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. So the third verse talks about Prayojana. Correct. Mango fruit. Yeah. Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. This is the one topic of this third verse. So the Galitam Phalam is the highlight here. So what it means, it actually tells, come, come, Muhuraho, aho, it's calling out. Hey Rasikas, hey Bhavukas. Two people are addressed here. Come, come, eat, drink this fruit. You can do it unlimited times. Muhuraho, repeatedly you taste this beautiful, sweet fruit of Bhagavatam. So the meanings are told. We'll just read the English meaning. So Rasika means one who is a Premi Bhakta. For a Bhagavata's reading, if there is a Premi Bhakta, one who is loving devotee, who has attained love, prema, when he reads, he rejoices like anything. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would hear Bhagavata and they would keep crying. He and one more devotee, Gadadhara Pandit. They would keep so much crying that all the ink of that Bhagavata would, this thing. And they would be again, no, you again tell me what was told, I forgot. In that hit of love, they would repeatedly hear that. So that is at the stage of prema. So then there are those who are sadhakas, who are called bhavukas. Sadhaka is referred by the words bhavukas. So, okay, if you have not attained prema, if you are practicing bhakti to attain prema, you also come. It is not telling only premi bhaktas or pure devotees only should come. No. Any practicing bhakta, come. Take this, I am serving you, this wonderful sweet Bhagavatam is inviting. And then it tells, what is this serving? What is the serving which is offered on our plate? It tells this is the most sweet thing. It gives an example. Read, Prabhu. You would like to. Vedas. Mature fruit. The whole Veda is compared to a tree. In the tree, there is root, there is thick bark, stem, the branches, leaves, many things. But the best thing of offering of a tree is fruit. And that fruit, which is galitam, mature, paka hua, very ripened fruit. That is galitam phalam. Sometimes people take it out, put some gas. Nowadays they do, artificial ripening. No, this is this, carbides they put. So this fruit is ripened on the tree. It's more sweet. It's naturally ripened. And this fruit, it's very high. It's very high. It talks about something so high. But it is given to you very nicely. Someone plucked it and is giving you nicely. It is passed down in the parampara. The fruit is Bhagavata, and one who is bringing it is the parampara, the devotees in the parampara. It is not broken. Otherwise, very ripened fruit, niche girat, it becomes broken, no? But this is very carefully preserved in parampara. The message is very carefully preserved in parampara. Now, where is it? Oh, you see, it is now being tasted by a parrot. It has become more tasty. Already ripened, very carefully brought in. Now it is in the mukha of Shuka. Shuka mukhad amrita. It has become more sweet. Read.
This fruit is not in the mouth of
Parrot. Abhi, now it is at the mouth of parrot. That is making it more sweet. It has become more sweet. It's a very famous understanding. When the parrot bites, the fruit becomes more sweet. Yeah. So Shukha doesn't just refer to that Shukha. Shukha means up till the recent Acharya. In fact, this goes on to show every day when we hear from the devotees who are in that same line, they are making it more sweet. Okay? In the line, yes. So it is not, it's a living chain. It didn't end at one point of time. It's a living chain. Otherwise, it's a wrong philosophy. Read, drink it. अरे कोई फल खाते पीते Anyone drinks? No. But here it's told, pibata. Drink. Read.
Devoid of skin, sleep, and other objectionable parts.
So this fruit doesn't have anything to be, spitted out, removed or like that. It is so nice. It is like amrita drava. It's like a very nice mango. This thing, no, juice or amras. Just now mango season went. It doesn't have anything to throw. Everything in Bhagavatam is for the betterment, for full satisfaction of heart. So how many times I'll get it? Limited. You can drink until you get liberated. You can drink even after liberation. There is no end how long you can drink. Actually, this body itself becomes a limitation to drink or do bhakti. For a bhakta, when prema awakens, this body itself is a limitation. That's how you see Prabhupada. He was not functioning on the level of body. He had such great prema for Lord. Everywhere he was glorifying, sitting and glorifying Bhagavan, bhakti, bhaktas, all that. So it's told that you taste it. It includes all liberation, transcend. Drink it till you faint. And after fainting, again drink it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did it, right? He would dance, he would faint, he would get up and dance. So that's why it is not for any simple reason that Prabhupada writes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life in the introduction to Bhagavatam. The life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhagavatam itself.
Repeat it, Prabhu.
The life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Bhagavatam. Means he is the perfect representation or demonstration of everything which is taught in Bhagavatam. His life is like that. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life is given as an introduction to Bhagavatam by Prabhupada. It's explained there. If you read it, you will get it more clearly. So with this in view, I come to the concluding slide. I'm not delving more on the last sloka because it's a conclusion. So as we saw, Mangalacharana means Vastu Nirdesh. Vastu Nirdesh is also, in another terms, you can call it Sambandha. What is that Vastu? Sri Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Not time, not some Shakti, not some Devatas, but Bhagavan Sri Krishna. It had many meanings, but primarily this meaning, which is there in everyone. Then what was the second one? Abhidheya. It actually tells about Namaskar. Oh, okay, Bhagavatam is this. One should develop that Namaste attitude, the respectful attitude. Namaskara. Krishna also told, no? What is that? 4 things you should do. Manmana, Mad Bhakta, Mad Yaji, Mam Namaskuru. Namaskuru. He told these 4 things you do. Last thing he told us, do Namaskar to Bhagavan. That is Bhakti. Is that not? So Abhidheya is doing Namaskara by actions, by our intentions, by our thoughts, by our words, all that. So that is Abhidheya. So primarily, what is Abhidheya? Submissive. Submissive means respectful. Oral means ears. Oral is referring to, oral sense is ear. So you receive Bhagavatam by respectful hearing. Reception. Reception means you receive. It's told even in chanting also, we should receive the name of Krishna on our tongue. That's the highest understanding. So we should receive Bhagavatam through our ears, respectfully, regularly. That is the Abhidheya told. Then Prayojana, which is Ashirvad. Kya milega aapko? What you will get? What you will get? Rasa. In more simpler terms, it is prema. And that prema could be in many ways. Shantadasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. Many. Like this. This is the Prayojana. Okay. I had one more thing to show, but anyway, I think I skipped it. So thank you very much. So that was in essence Mangalacharana, in my limited understanding and ability to explain it. But I offer my respects to Srila Prabhupada because he has given this. So I also had listed that we will also think about how to read Bhagavad. That was also one of the goals, no? Yeah, what we will get. So when we develop this appreciation to Bhagavatam, we should actually take to it in a regular manner. Prabhupada often told Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam. It's not just Saptaha, it's not just Sunday, it's not just only on Kartika, like that. No, on Janmashtami, not like regularly. You should regularly take, and especially with the Acharya's words, it becomes more and more relishable. And especially you read, when you're reading also, you read it in a Sangha. It should be a discussion. And there you will see amazing meanings, which we even don't fathom. They come in discussion with devotees. This is told so many times. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed it. He would discuss with Gadadhara Pandit. Like this many. So we should develop this appreciation and regularly apply ourselves to hearing of Bhagavad. Thank you very much. I tried to repeat in whatever understanding I had. If there were any faults or deviations, I really seek all of your corrections or any comments on this. It was an attempt. We tried. I would say we tried. We did not complete it. We tried, attempted. But nonetheless, please read these purports. I showed many places some of the important pointers. I also have a quiz. I will share it once in another hour or so. It's already ready, but I will not hold you at this point. You please, when you go home, today itself, try to complete because it's all afresh in your understandings. You put it, and I'll try to share a document of all this to all of you in some format so that you can preserve it and reflect on it another time. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana ki jai. Yathai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Hari.
Yes, any comment or questions? Okay, there is a question here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Jada Bharata was in which stage? So, okay. So the question here is, Jada Bharata was in which stage? Okay. So Bharata as a king, when he renounced and went to forest, he was in Bhava. Because it means at forest he cultivated bhakti and he attained Bhava. But at Bhava, the traces of offenses also have effect, due to which he fell into affection to deer. And later, it was not lost. Please know that when he took to the body of a deer, he did not fall from Bhava to some low station. No, that doesn't happen anytime. Because whatever advancement one made, it was always there. It may get covered for some time, that's it. So even in the body of deer, he was seeking association, he was doing bhakti. Later, when he became Jada Bharata, you can easily understand Bhava or higher to it, Prema.
Was there a Bhava stage? How did it go to Prema?
No, he went to Prema in Jada Bharata stage. Jada Bharata stage, when he is ascending already, the Prema is the qualification to ascend to spiritual world and relationship. One has relationship. So that means Prema is that. That's how he went back to spiritual world. Okay, there is a question here I want to take. Please, Manashi Das.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam.
Yeah.
Prabhu, you have spoken about Sambandha, Abhidaya. Little bit of Prayojana, if you can also tell us.
Okay. The question here is, we have heard Sambandha Abhidaya very detailedly. Can you also explain Prayojana, what it means as Prayojana? So, okay, good question. I could not delve on it because of lack of time. So, Prayojana, when we do bhakti, what is it that we want to attain? We want to actually attain a relationship with Krishna. And that relationship is filled with rasa. Any relationship in this world is driven by a rasa. Like Prabhupada gives the famous example. A man may be in a village and now he goes to a city to work. He works so hard. After working, he remembers his wife and children are in village, and he sends money. And he works so hard. He eats very less. He sends for them. He thinks about them. This is rasa. This is mundane rasa, Prabhupada calls it, because it's related to this world. So bhakti rasa or prema for that matter is focused on Krishna's happiness. So in prayojana, a jiva, a sadhaka, because of practicing abhidheya, he has reached to a stage where he is completely focused on Krishna's happiness. And his situation could be at the level of any of these rasas. I did not show that because I had a very less time, but nonetheless, because the question has come, I'll put that up here. Yeah. So there is a very famous example of prayojana of how Krishna exhibits different types of rasas. Are you seeing this? Put this up. Okay. This is a very famous example. What is happening here? Any of you know? Kamsa is sitting there actually. He is fighting with the Kamsa's wrestlers, Chanur and Mushtik. Krishna was invited to Mathura for a wrestling fight. So at this fight, there were many devotees who were seeing Krishna and they had different emotions. One person Krishna, but each of the devotee has a different emotion. Everyone is seeing him. The Kamsa had great fear, his death for me. And then there are Vrishnis, oh, he is our man. He is born in our family. Swajati. And then there are friends who are saying, Krishna is my friend. They are having Sakha Bhav. Then there are elderly gopis, even Nanda, Yashoda are there. They are feeling tremendous distress. How such hefty wrestlers are fighting? So Krishna, one person, but there are different relationships. Now you may say this happens in this world also. But Krishna's speciality is he can exchange those rasas and give complete satisfaction to the other person. In this world, people will fail in satisfying their relationships. But Krishna can perfectly satisfy. He had 16,108 wives. Each of them were satisfied to the extent that they were seeking, Krishna, how can I serve you? How can I serve you? Lakshmis are looking, hey, there is small dust. Even if there is no dust, they are sweeping because Krishna will see us if we do seva. You get it? So, like this, they are always seeking Krishna's attention, Krishna's pleasure. So, prayojana is this state where a devotee exhibits constant this rasa. That is the stage of prema. And that is seen in spiritual relationships. When one enters Krishna's Leela, that is prayojana. What is it that Jiva wants to attain? He wants to attain spiritual relationship with Krishna. And that continuous reciprocation from Krishna. Now Prahlad, he is in this material world. He has attained prayojana. Though he is in this material world, he is constantly experiencing reciprocation. Some of you went for the movie yesterday. 1 hour, one devotee was explaining how this movie was. I was impressed with this Prahlad's character. Wow. Told it's a great preaching. Wonderful they did. I am not gone. I'm sorry. I'm sharing others' views. So point is, he is experiencing constant reciprocation, satisfied at heart. No matter what other people do, no matter you torture me, I will always serve that Lord. So this is the bhava. So this itself is prayojana. A devotee doesn't even want to go to spiritual world to experience this. He is happy here. Mama janmani ishvare bhavata bhaktir ahaituki tvaya. This kind of rasa is prayojana. And sooner or later, why will Krishna want such devotee to be away from him? He will take. Aja. No, I don't want to be separated from you. Krishna will take. So it's up to the desire of Krishna when he wants to take. But that love is what everyone seeks. So that is prayojana. So prayojana is that constant state of focus on Krishna's happiness. That is Shuddha Prema. That's the thing. Okay, and that is in those rasas of Sakhya, Vatsalya, as I told you. I hope that's helpful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam.
So those who would like to leave can leave. I just wanted to make one small announcement. You had an announcement? Prasadam. Yeah, Prasadam is there. I had one announcement about what's coming ahead. Okay. Our intent, as was instructed, is also that we want to have these small discussions on Bhagavatam. Like we had some Parichaya, some Pravesh. Now we just did 3 verses. That 2 very basic understandings. Now you all can go and learn it more deeply. So like this, we want to have small prasangas described more deeply. One of the very famous sections of Bhagavatam, very interesting section, which many devotees have sought for knowing more deeply, is cosmology. Is cosmology, the whole Canto 5. Canto 5. Bhagavata cosmology, which comes in Canto 5 about the planetary system, what all, the Bhumandala, all this, because it's one of the very difficult subjects to comprehend. So there is one very famous, deeply learned devotee on this subject we are inviting. In the month of September, there will be a 5-session course. It will be little longer, but it will be very interesting. I have attended it many times. It is also a part of Bhakti Vaibhav. Also there he comes and teaches. He is doing IIT Mandi. He is doing PhD. His name is His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhu. He's written a book also called Bhagavat Cosmology. You may see in the gift shop. So he has done profound research on it from many shastras, and he explains the Bhagavata ideology of the vision of universe. Very nice there. So that will be in the month of September. In August, we are not having because there are festivals, multiple festivals on both the weekends. 2 weekends at least are occupied. Prabhu was sharing Balram Jayanti and Janmashtami, and then September we will have, and later in October Kartika starts. We'll see something. So that is the next course, Bhagavata cosmology. Soon you will get details on this, and you can enroll. Usually we keep these courses free because that's what Prabhupada's desire was, that everyone can learn this. We should never charge these teachings. Prabhupada tells about professional reciters and all in one of these purports. So we are keeping this at the most convenient times as much as possible in our planning. Somehow yesterday the movie timings also came at the same time. I just could not manage to change the time. Otherwise, I also wanted to go, but nothing was working out. So we will try to keep it. So September, mostly the second last weekend, 19, 20. It will be Friday evening, Saturday morning evening, Sunday noon. 4 sessions. Like that it will be. Okay, so please look out for that and keep seeing that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You wanted to say?
It was almost like having the microphone set by the parent. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. So we will share